Just a few hours from now, the 51st annual March for Life will begin in Washington, D.C. Right now, the March for Life Expo is underway, and later attendees will brave the cold for a rally outside, followed by the actual march itself, which is expected to start at 1 Eastern. Evan Lambert joining us live from the National Mall with more on what we can expect in the hours ahead. I guess snow in the forecast to begin with, Evan.
Right, Marni, as you can see, right? And so there's a big question about how the weather will factor into the attendance at this March for Life event. The organizers, according to their permit with the National Park Service, said that they expected 50,000 to 100,000 people to be here for this second March for Life since Roe versus Wade was overturned at the Supreme Court in 2022. But it's unclear how this weather will impact the turnout. There's a pretty widespread 2 to 4 inches of snow on the ground in the D.C. area today. And as you can see, it is continuing to snow here. But a little bit more about this event. The main portion of it, the rally, begins at noon Eastern time. And then an hour later, that's when the actual march will begin. It'll come right by us here where we're standing just off the National Mall. Some key speakers at this event are on the political side. The Speaker of the House, Republican Mike Johnson, will be speaking during the program. Also, former NFL tight end Benjamin Watson. And just to give you some context, Marni, this is happening in this time period where there's really a patchwork of abortion laws in the United States, and a lot of changes since Roe versus Wade fell in 2022 as well. Since then, 14 states have banned abortion. And on the other side, voters in 7 states via the ballot have either voted to protect abortion rights or voted down further restrictions on abortion. And according to a recent study, in the year that we have data for after Roe versus Wade fell, abortions actually slightly overall in the U.S. rose, according to the study from the Society of Family Planning. And so with this movement here, a lot of the folks that are out here and are anti-abortion, they are calling for action at the federal level, and they want to hear that reflected in the GOP presidential candidates in particular. But that has not been really quite clear from some of the candidates. First, you have former President Trump, who has not really committed or said where he falls on a federal abortion ban, whether he would support that or sign it into law. You also have Governor Ron DeSantis, who in Florida signed into law a 6-week abortion ban and has said at the federal level he supports that limit being at 15 weeks. Haley, Ambassador Nikki Haley, has also kind of dodged this question a little bit, saying that she is 100% pro-life, but she has not committed to a number of weeks, a limit on the federal level. And that's what some of the people in this movement, they really want that clear support for a federal abortion ban. They want to hear that reflected in some of their candidates, and they haven't heard that flat out from many of the candidates. On the other side, you have progressives pushing President Biden to speak more about abortion, and his campaign seems to be responding to that. We know that from his campaign on Tuesday, he'll have his first rally with Vice President Kamala Harris, and they are expected to talk about abortion. I believe the note here from the campaign is that this event on Tuesday, quote, will highlight the stakes of this election for a woman's right to make her own health care decisions. So that's how you see the abortion rights issue playing out heading into this crucial election, presidential election in 2024. And those are some of the goals of this march today, especially hearing explicit support for a federal abortion ban from some of these Republican candidates. Marni?
Yeah, many of those involved today say they still have a lot of work cut out for them. I'll be speaking with Jeannie Mancini. She is one of the leaders who will be at today's march later on in the program. Evan Lambert in Washington, thank you. Stay warm. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.